Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm very honored to be joined today by Mr. Javier Bray from the Spanish National Hydrogen Association. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure for me.
Me too. Could you introduce yourself briefly and tell us a little bit about the work that the association is doing?
Yes, absolutely. My name is Javier Bray and I am the president of the Spanish National Hydrogen Association. The association was created in 2002, so we are now 23 years old, and we are currently more than 400 members.
Oh.
In our association, we have members across all the hydrogen value chain, from hydrogen production to distribution, transport, utilization, and so on. And of course, we have members from Spain, but also from abroad. We have members even from Korea. We have a strong international activity. We have bilateral agreements with more than 20 countries because we strongly believe that now we are not in a status in which we should compete for hydrogen. This is not a competition because the market is not mature enough.
Yes.
It's a moment, it's an opportunity for cooperation, for collaboration. So this is what we are looking for. We are looking for a cooperation between different companies, countries, entities that want to join together the effort in order to develop the hydrogen economy.
Right. Well, I think that's the purpose of the whole World Hydrogen Expo here, is to bring all of these players together. So I know you just gave a speech as well. So could you tell us a little bit about the contents of your speech?
Yes. I have been trying to explain which is the situation of the hydrogen economy in Spain. In Spain, we have objectives, of course. The idea is to have 12 gigawatt of electrolyzers running by 2030. But at the same time, apart from the objectives, we have a census. We have a list of projects that is carried out by the association. We update this list, this census periodically. And currently, we have a census of more than 300, almost 400 projects. If you look at the census, you will realize that we could have 13 gigawatt of electrolyzers by 2030. Currently, we are developing almost 4 gigawatt of electrolyzers, which are now in engineering stage, under construction or FID. And the market is delayed. Of course, we are not going as fast as we expected 5 years ago. But in my opinion, now the projects that we can see on the pipelines are more real. We have moved from a hype in which we have a lot of projects with perhaps with not a lot of visibility or feasibility, but now we are in a stage where we have less projects in the pipelines, but more real.
Practically realizable.
Yes, with more knowledge about the market, the technology, and the real cost of the hydrogen.
So, of course, as you mentioned, you're working in Spain primarily, but here in Korea, what do you see the similarities between the Spanish situation and the Korean situation, or anything maybe the Korean policymakers could learn from the Spanish situation? Any insights about that?
I think that both countries are betting hard on hydrogen. The governments in both countries are allocating policies, funds, and also resources for the hydrogen economy. That's good. And also, in both countries, we can see a lot of response from the companies, from the industry. In the case of Spain, we have a lot of companies, as I have mentioned, but it's the same in Korea. You can go inside and check that there is a lot of interest from the companies and the industries in the country to promote the hydrogen economy. So I think that this is very important to have, of course, the political consensus, but also at the same time, the interest of the companies. And this is the same in Korea and in Spain.
Yes, I've talked to many people, and I felt that the cooperation between both government and industry, because as you said, it's a developing industry. What about then if we look forward a couple of years? What trends do you anticipate? Maybe if we meet again next year, what do you think we'll be talking about?
I think that in the next year, perhaps 2 years, we are going to move from 10 megawatt plants to 100 megawatt plants. This is going to be the first goal, to scale one order of magnitude. Of course, we want to talk about gigawatts, but in my opinion, first we are going to move from 10 to 100, and then we will move to 1,000. But I think this is going to be the first goal. The second goal, we are going to start with the market, hydrogen market. We have been talking about hydrogen production during the last 5 years, but now the market is moving. So the real users of the hydrogen, mainly the industry in the first step, mobility in the second step, are going to start moving. We have been learning a lot about hydrogen utilization, uses, hydrogen demand, and this is going to be also the second very important point for the next year. And third, last but not least, international cooperation. I think that we are seeing a lot of cooperation between countries, but also agreements, MOUs, companies, governments working together in the development of the hydrogen economy. This is very important because it's easier to develop the demand, to develop the market, if you are counting on a group of countries, not only one or two countries. So for me, this is going to be also very important and crucial in the next couple of years.
Well, great message about cooperation and mutual interests, as you put it. All right, well, thank you for coming today and sharing your insights.
Thank you very much.